Alan, did you see that an entire Nicolas Cage movie was stolen? This is unbelievable. Netflix sued for $105 million after hard drive of Nicolas Cage movie was stolen from its office. That is crazy. Now I see this office every time I go into Hollywood. I usually exit at sunset off the 101 freeway. The Netflix office is right there. I've gone to few screenings there, and their offices are pretty amazing. It's like it's like the office lounge area is like a club. It's pretty nuts.
The bathrooms are like my bathroom, meaning it has toothbrushes, mouthwash, tampons, everything.
Exactly. Alan, what happened?
What
Give
happened?
Me the details.
Well, let me tell you, Netflix is facing a $105 million lawsuit after an unreleased film, Fortitude, was stolen from its LA offices. The lawsuit, filed by writer-producer and his company, claims that Netflix mishandled an unencrypted master copy of the World War II spy thriller after it had been delivered for an internal screening. According to the complaint, the filmmakers personally delivered the drive to Netflix in June and instructed the company to delete the files after the screening before returning the drive. 10 days later, Netflix informed the filmmakers that the drive had been stolen during a theft involving several hard drives from its office. Netflix says its internal investigation found that the other stolen drives were empty and disputes responsibility, arguing that the filmmakers delivered a movie without industry standard security protections. The company also says it has taken additional steps to monitor privacy websites for any unauthorized release of the film. The lawsuit alleges Netflix failed to adequately investigate the theft and refused to disclose whether law enforcement had been involved. Netflix counters that it declined to share details of its investigation after receiving what it described as an attempt by the filmmakers to extract $165 million through legal demands. Filmmakers argue the theft has severely damaged the movie's commercial prospects. They say they must now disclose to any potential buyer that an unencrypted copy is missing, creating concerns about piracy, insurance, marketing, and possibility of the film leaking online before its official release. As a result, they have paused sales negotiations despite interest from multiple distributors.
Well, what's funny about this story is it sounds like a really good plot for a streaming movie on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they don't capitalize on this. Some heist of a Nick Cage movie. You've got celebrity, you've got corporate intrigue, you've got legal battle, courtroom shenanigans. I see this as a pitch for a movie. Could this be fake? Could this be a promo for a heist film that's going to be on Netflix? A service that I've canceled now. I'm canceled Netflix. I don't have Netflix. After I was an OG Netflix subscriber when it was discs. I had the 2 or 3 disc plan. I loved it. It was great. I wish I kept one of those sleeves. I returned all my discs, and then through streaming, I paid for them. It was, through my cellular company. And I thought, I just don't watch a lot. And most of the time on Netflix, I scroll through Netflix. That's what I do. I sit there indecisive. This is like a better plot for a movie than probably the movie was. What do you think about this, Alan?
Well, first of all, it's a Nick Cage movie, so how can you say that?
Yeah.
I guess this is all about posturing. Netflix is clearly they're not out of the woods on this one. They're not clean. It was stolen from them. To blame the filmmakers because you didn't use standard industry encryption. No, if they were expecting it and they watched it, and it's up to them. It's I hate it when the little guy gets screwed like this, and it's sad that they're getting screwed.
And the little guy, it's probably $100 million movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's my guess is probably less than that, but they're looking at potential earnings they could have gotten from it. I think that's what they're suing for.
I think this is a missed opportunity to just turn it into a movie. If not, is this some long game like promo? I'll say when it comes to stolen pirated stuff, because I have friends who watch it. I don't watch pirated stuff.
Yeah.
We get screeners for mostly indie movies. We get screeners. On the rare occasion, we'll get screeners. We'll get screeners of TV shows. For example, we're getting Lanterns. We're getting Lanterns. We will be able to talk about Lanterns on the Friday before it opens, before it comes out. So we'll get that. And I just everything is out there on pirated stuff. Now the quality is pretty bad. Usually there's like Russian casino ads all over. There's like pop-ups that interrupt. It's also not good quality. I like to see my movie in a theater undistracted. You know, I can just like sit there. It's in the dark. I can focus on it. A good friend of mine who we talk about a lot, John Schnepp, he made a movie called The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened. Here's what he did to fight piracy. It's brilliant. If you're a filmmaker, you should steal this idea. I think it is unbelievable. What he did was he took his very own movie before it was released, and the first few minutes of the movie were fine, okay? And then it got fuzzy. Then it started like flipping and the quality was not that great. And then it went to all black. And he created a file that was the same size as the file of his movie. And then what he did was he made 20 different versions of it. And then he labeled it Death of Superman Lives, What Happened, full movie. And he uploaded it to pirate sites. So that when people downloaded and they're like, oh my God, here's the movie. I know it's out. I'll watch it. They saw the first 5 minutes and then it got fuzzy and then went to black. And there were multiple versions and he labeled them, cam or this or good copy or whatever. And there were so many versions of it floating around that were crap. It got people to buy his movie. So he created a fake pirated copy of his movie to stop the pirated copies of his movie, so people would get frustrated and just go, well, I like the first 5 minutes. I'm just going to buy the movie or rent it or get the Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray of that movie. I think that's the way to go. I'm not a fan of piracy because I know filmmakers who put their blood, sweat, and tears in making their movies. And I just, in my gut, I just can't do it. I think it's unethical. I made films myself. I happen to know that my movie Attack of the Dock is on pirate sites. I hope you watch it on YouTube for free or Prime Video or Tubi or wherever you can find my film Attack of the Dock legally, and it's on pirate sites. Okay. But if anything, if you're a filmmaker, copy that idea.
Yeah. In fact, play your movie in a movie theater and then video it on your cell phone and then upload that.
Yes, I want to see that.
And then 5 minutes in, have theater security come and escort you out.
I would love that. That would be, and do it. Yeah, do it for your own film. Do it for your own film.